Have you ever felt like your life is defined not by who you are, but by what is wrong with you? Imagine living for 12 years. That's over 4,380 days under the weight of a problem that no one can solve. Welcome back to EmpowerHer Bible Tales. Today we are entering the dusty streets of Capernaum to find a woman whose name has been lost to history, but whose faith changed the heart of God. If you are watching this and you feel drained, if you have spent your energy, your money, and your tears trying to fix a situation that only seems to get worse, then this is your story. We aren't just talking about a miracle. We are talking about the moment an outcast became a daughter. For 12 years, she was unclean. In those days, that wasn't just a medical condition, it was a social death sentence. She couldn't hug her family. She couldn't enter the temple to pray. She couldn't even sit on a chair without making it defiled. She lived in the shadows of society, a ghost in her own town. The Bible tells us something heartbreaking in the Gospel of Mark. It says she had suffered many things from many physicians. Imagine the cycle of hope and heartbreak. Every new doctor promised a cure. Every new remedy took more of her money, until finally she had nothing left. She was broke. She was alone. And the Bible says she grew worse. Have you ever been there, where the cure is more painful than the disease? Where the people who were supposed to help you only left you with more scars? But then, a whisper reached the shadows. A name began to echo through the streets. Jesus. They said he healed the blind. They said he made the lame walk. But she didn't just need a physical healing. She needed a restoration. Listen to the power of her internal monologue. She didn't say, "I hope he notices me." She didn't say, "I'll wait for an appointment." She said to herself, "If I may but touch his clothes, I shall be whole." This wasn't just optimism. This was desperation turned into divine defiance. She decided that her need for God was greater than her fear of the crowd. She stepped out into the bright, blinding sunlight. Can you feel the heat? Can you hear the roar of the crowd? Hundreds of people were pressing in on Jesus. Strong men, religious leaders, the curious and the skeptical. A wall of humanity stood between her and her only hope. Every law told her to stay back. Every person she bumped into was a risk. But she crawled, she pushed, she squeezed through the gaps. She wasn't looking for a conversation. She wasn't looking for a spotlight. She was looking for the edge, the very fringe of his garment. Then it happened. Her trembling fingers, calloused from years of labor and stained with the dust of the road, reached out. She touched the blue threads of his robe. Immediately! Not in a week, not after a process, immediately. The fountain of her blood was dried up. For the first time in 12 years, the pain stopped. The weakness vanished. She felt life, real, vibrant life, surging through her veins. But the miracle was only half finished. Because God doesn't just want to heal your issue. He wants to heal your identity. Jesus stopped. The entire crowd jolted to a halt. He turned around and asked a question that sounded ridiculous. "Who touched my clothes?" The disciples were confused. "Master, the crowd is crushing you, and you ask who touched you?" But Jesus wasn't talking about a physical bump. He felt power go out of him. He felt the pull of faith. He knew the difference between the people who were just crowding him and the one woman who was reaching for him. To the woman watching this, are you just around God, Or are you reaching for him? There is a difference between religion we see and touch. The woman fell at his feet, trembling. She told him the whole truth. She expected to be shouted at for being unclean in a holy crowd. She expected shame. But Jesus looked at her, and he used a word he never used for anyone else in the Gospels. He didn't call her woman. He didn't call her patient. He called her daughter. Daughter, daughter, your faith has made you whole. Go in peace and be whole of your plague. In one word, he gave her back 12 years of lost family. He gave her back her dignity. He told the world, she is mine. Maybe you are watching this and you feel like the anonymous woman. You are carrying a secret struggle that has drained your bank account, your energy, or your peace. You've been told it is what it is. You've been told you have to live with the bleeding of your heart. But I am here to tell you today, the crowd might not see you, but the cloak is still within reach. You don't need a perfectly worded prayer. You don't need to be clean before you come to him. You just need to reach out. Your faith, even if it's small, even if it's trembling, is enough to stop the creator of the universe in his tracks. You are not your problem. You are not your past. You are a daughter of the Most High God. If this story reminded you of your worth today, if you are ready to stop crowding and start reaching, let us know in the comments. Write, I am reaching out as a declaration of your faith. Thank you for being part of EmpowerHer Bible Tales. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because you are seen, you are known, and you are deeply empowered. You are the story he is telling.